What if I told you that some of Earth's most powerful, yet overlooked natural wonders are hiding in plain sight, capable of shaping our planet in ways you can barely imagine? We're not talking about your everyday volcano. Prepare to embark on a journey to uncover the hidden giants, the unsung supervolcanoes that could redefine your understanding of geological power. Hey friend, close your eyes for a second and picture this. A peaceful valley, maybe dotted with hot springs bubbling gently, elk grazing under a clear blue sky, or a serene lake reflecting snow-capped peaks. It looks like paradise, right? Now imagine the camera pulling back, way back, revealing that this idyllic scene is actually nestled inside a massive crater, a sunken bowl miles across, formed by an explosion so colossal it reshaped continents. What if some of Earth's most destructive forces aren't where you expect them? Not spewing from pointy peaks like Mount Fuji, but lurking beneath these deceptive calm spots, ready to remind us who's really in charge down there in the planet's fiery core. We all know the big names. Yellowstone in the U.S., with its geysers and that underlying monster that's erupted 3 times in the last 2.1 million years, blanketing half the continent in ash each time. And Lake Toba in Indonesia, whose megablast 74,000 years ago might have nearly wiped out early humans, cooling the globe and creating a genetic bottleneck. Those are the celebrities of the supervolcano world, the ones that make headlines and inspire doomsday docs. But they're just the tip of the iceberg, or should I say, the tip of the magma chamber. The Earth is dotted with these silent giants, calderas formed by eruptions so massive they earn a volcanic explosivity index of 8, spewing over 1,000 cubic kilometers of material. These unsung supervolcanoes don't get the same press, but they're every bit as awe-inspiring, with hidden power that could alter climates, bury cities, and rewrite history. They're the underdogs of geology, flying under the radar because they're often ancient, dormant, or tucked away in remote spots. But trust me, once you learn about them, you'll never look at a quiet landscape the same way again. Let's pull back the curtain on a few of these hidden behemoths and see what makes them tick. First up, let's head to California. Not the beaches or Hollywood, but the eastern Sierra Nevada, where Long Valley Caldera sits like a sleeping dragon next to Mammoth Mountain. This one's a classic unsung hero. It's 20 miles long by 11 miles wide, formed about 760 years ago when a super eruption ejected around 600 cubic kilometers of ash, covering much of the western U.S. and even reaching as far as Nebraska. Imagine that. Ash falls thick enough to bury houses, and pyroclastic flows racing down slopes at highway speeds. But here's the intriguing part. It's not extinct. In the 1980s, a swarm of earthquakes shook the area, and the ground swelled by nearly a foot, sparking fears of reawakening. They even built an escape route called the Mammoth Scenic Loop, just in case. Fast forward to 2025, and it's still restless. Seismic activity is low but ongoing, with scientists monitoring hot springs, fumaroles, and subtle ground deformation. No imminent boom, but studies from NASA and the USGS show the magma chamber is cooling and crystallizing, which could actually stabilize it or lead to smaller eruptions. It's like the Earth is breathing there, a reminder that these giants never truly sleep. Now hop across the Atlantic to Italy, where Campi Flegrei, also known as the Phlegreian Fields, hides in plain sight near bustling Naples. This caldera is a sneaky one. It's about 8 miles across, but much of it is underwater in the Bay of Pozzuoli, with the rest blending into urban sprawl. Its last super eruption was around 40,000 years ago, but a smaller one in 1538 created Monte Nuovo, a whole new hill in just a week after the ground lifted 22 feet overnight. Today it's one of the most active unsung supervolcanoes, with steaming fumaroles reeking of sulfur and constant seismic rumbles. In 2025, it's been particularly chatty. A new swarm hit on August 31st, including a magnitude 4.0 quake, part of over 6,240 earthquakes in 2024 alone, continuing into this year. Ground uplift is ongoing, driven by pressure in a geothermal reservoir, not necessarily magma, but it's got 500,000 people living right on top of it. Scientists are drilling and modeling to predict unrest, turning this into a living lab for volcano science. It's not just powerful, it's personal, woven into the lives of locals who deal with the Bradycism, slow ground movements that crack buildings and shake nerves. Shifting gears to the southern hemisphere, let's talk about Taupo in New Zealand's North Island, where a stunning lake masks a ferocious past. This caldera is roughly 22 miles wide, filled by Lake Taupo, the country's largest body of water. Its claim to fame? The Orowanui eruption around 26,500 years ago, a VEI-8 monster that ejected about 1,170 cubic kilometers of material, reshaping the landscape and spreading ash across the Pacific. A more recent blast in 232 AD was still huge, heard as far as China. Taupo's part of the Taupo Volcanic Zone, a hotspot of activity from subduction zones. In 2025, after some unrest in 2022-2023 with earthquakes and deformation, things have quieted down to background levels since May. But it's dormant, not dead. Eruptions happen every 1,000 years or so, and the lakebed hides vents and domes. It's a beauty with bite, fueling geothermal power while whispering warnings through its steamy shores. Don't think all these unsung types are still rumbling. Some are ancient relics with stories etched in stone. Take La Garita Caldera in Colorado's San Juan Mountains. This beast unleashed one of the biggest eruptions ever, about 28 million years ago, vomiting 5,000 cubic kilometers of ash and tuff, enough to fill Lake Michigan twice over. The caldera stretches 47 by 22 miles, now a wilderness of peaks and valleys, including the Wheeler geologic area with its eerie ash formations. It's extinct now, but it helped build the Rockies during a volcanic flare-up that reshaped the American West. Then there's Cerro Galán in Argentina's Catamarca province, a remote giant in the Andes, 32 kilometers wide, born from a 2.08 million-year-old blast that dumped 1,050 cubic kilometers of debris. It's one of the best exposed calderas, with salty lakes and lava domes, formed by the Nazca Plate subducting under South America. Sparse population means it's truly unsung, but its scale dwarfs modern volcanoes. And we can't skip La Pacana in Chile, the world's largest caldera at 60 by 35 kilometers, forged 4 million years ago in a VEI-8 event that spewed 2,500 cubic kilometers. This Atacama desert monster has warm springs and sparse life, a testament to Andean volcanism, or Cerro Guacha in Bolivia, with multiple super eruptions around 5.7 million years ago, totaling over 1,300 cubic kilometers. These unsung supervolcanoes aren't just geological curiosities, they're windows into Earth's restless soul. They show how plate tectonics, hotspots, and mantle plumes sculpt our world, sometimes with cataclysmic flair. While the odds of a super eruption soon are slim, like one every 100,000 years, they remind us to respect the planet's power. Monitoring tech in 2025 from satellites to seismic networks keeps us ahead, turning fear into fascination. So next time you're hiking a crater or gazing at a lake, wonder, what's brewing below? The Earth's got more secrets than we know, and these silent giants are the keepers.